Hi there. Just waiting. Got a bit of tunes actually going on here. Listen to this. So I'm waiting till past. You hear that? Okay, so wait till past and then we're going to go live. So anything that you guys want to write, please do. Hi there. So wait, now it's past. So I will turn the tunes down a bit. So hi guys. Let me just turn a bit poor weather. Okay, cool. I'll turn it off for now. Right. Hey. Little bit of, first of all, remember now to type in to the chat box. I will be able to see that as well. So there we go. Chat box is there. I won't write a comment yet, but there you go. So write in the chat box, say hi, who's here? That'd be cool. Now, if you're watching this on replay, just type in the chat box. Hi, Nicole. Type in the chat box how you are as you're going along. So if you're watching on replay, just type it in as if it's live, and then I can get updates on what you're writing and where you've written it in the thingy, so to speak. All right, cool. So first thing, so Monday was really cool, and I gave you a little job to do, which was to write down what you actually wanted and then to affirm it as if you already had it. So cool. Ace. So that's really great. So I first of all would like to know, how do you get on with that? That'd be really cool to know how you got on with that, because it's a really powerful thing to be able to do. So basically speaking, we're now established we're going to go a bit woo-woo here. So basically speaking, we are telling your subconscious that you've already got it, because your subconscious doesn't know what's past, present, future. It doesn't have a clue. So if you act like you've got something, you are encouraging it to come to you now, which is all really awesome. Really awesome. And it's amazing. Bit of a however here is that it's well and good, because that is you consciously saying, no, I'm going to write down what I feel, how I want it, when I want it. That is great. You're consciously writing, I'm looking in the mirror and consciously changing my thoughts. Wicked. Great. The problem with consciously controlling your thoughts to doing that is that our conscious brain, our brain that we are thinking what we're doing all the time, only kind of controls us about 5% of the day, like maximum. There is evidence to state it's possibly more like 3. So what do we do with the 95 to 97% of the time when our conscious brain has got naff all to do with what we're thinking, right? And this is where the crux of changing our life really comes into play. So what you really need to do is work on stuff that you, when you're not consciously trying to remember to be positive, because then what creeps in is things that you've always done. And to change stuff that we've always done, we need to find out where it's come from. And change our limiting beliefs. Okay, so we need to find out why we're doing this. Why are we talking to ourselves like this? Why are we grabbing the food that doesn't serve us? Why are we going to all these things? Why? Now we can change that with thinking about it. But what happens when we're not thinking about it? Which, as we've just seen, is 95% of our time. We are not actively trying to stop doing something or to remember to do something. Okay, and that's what we need to get to. It's all about everything that has ever been seen, been said, been read, been done to you, by you, for you, whatever, is going to have led to this moment. Okay, so everything you have ever been is everything you currently are. Now, if what you are isn't serving you, we need to go back and find out what it is. So has anybody got any experience of this before? Has anybody ever gone, do you know where it comes from? Do you know why you talk down to yourself? Is that a family thing? Is it not good in your family or in your friendship group to be positive about yourself? Is it a cool thing? Think about, have you been the writing on the wall, if you like, is what my trainer, a guy called Carl Dawson, would talk about. So is there stuff that's just how it is? You don't don't big yourself up. Don't be a show off. Is that something that gets said in your who do you think you are? Does that get said in your family? Think about the mantras and the things that you've just grown up hearing. Oh, you're a bit big for your boots, aren't you? You're a bit full of yourself. So when you do start saying, oh, actually, I like myself. Oh, who do you think you are? Is that put down? And I don't know about you. I mean, I was young in the 90s, and it was a very tricky time for body image. I would say it's one of the trickiest times to when it was like the super thin and the super, it was a very tricky time to be anything in the 90s. I mean, everyone has their decades, but I suppose I can relate to that because I was very, very underweight in the 90s. I got very, very sick. So I can see from every angle, being very underweight to being very overweight to being in the middle and being really happy with who I am. And I actually got asked this morning, if you're really fit and healthy, and why don't you could have no fat on you at all. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm quite happy how I am. I don't want to be super thin and waif-like because I just don't want to. I'm quite happy with my size 10 jeans, thank you very much. I don't want to have nothing on me because I want to be really, really normal, and really my body to be incredibly normal and achievable and stuff. And so I don't want to, so that, but you can have whatever you want. This is the body I actually want. Some days I don't like it, so I tell myself I do, and I re-practice everything I've learned. But getting back to it though, so these things that are written on your wall, these things that are just how it is, they're just how life is, are massively limiting to you living every day. For example, so I'll go back to this story I told you about me becoming a Pilates instructor. Now, yeah, basically I said I had to overcome. I was there. I couldn't do it because of all these mirrors, and it was absolutely awful. So I had to go back to a moment. So my moment happened to be there was lots of different moments, but a big moment was I've lost it in my anyway. I went back to when I was running a race. I used to be a sprinter. I was very, very thin, very, very sprinter. And I twanged my leg and I went down and I lost. And for some reason, me losing that race then led to a huge amount of things, because I had to get treatment on my leg. In that time, I was then, I had to eat more. I couldn't exercise. It became really obvious that I had an eating disorder at the time. So that was kind of a trigger for me to everything going wrong. So every time I move forward, my knee hurts as well. So I'm not being very clear here because my mind went entirely blank there. So it's basically whatever has happened to you in the past needs to get fixed. Okay. And we need to sort that out so that it becomes a natural, so that your affirmations just become a natural way of thinking. So basically this is loving your body is nothing to do with how thin you are or how fat you are, or it's all to do with how you think about yourself and having to change those thoughts. Now, by changing your thoughts, you can entirely transform your world, because changing your thoughts comes from changing your belief system. So this isn't to say do you believe in God or not. This is changing your limiting beliefs. So everything in your life that is showing up that is not serving you is coming from a limiting belief. My limiting beliefs have been everybody judges me. One of them which was came up, which I had no idea about. It was ages ago, and it came up. Weirdly, I've had loads of random things wrong with me, but I was also had a bit of a stint of being very scared to go outside, almost agoraphobic. And it was because I was scared. Okay, this is one of my beliefs. I was scared of being accused of something I hadn't done and having no alibi. Like, where that had come from, I don't know, all right? But that stopped me leaving the house without somebody. So it wasn't that I was scared of the outdoors, it was scared of being accused of something. So I had to go back and fix all that, because that is not even, if you look at, that's not logical, is it? You can't never leave the house without somebody, because you might go to jail for something you hadn't done. I mean, it doesn't, but where it comes from is fascinating, and how we fix it is fascinating, but we need to go there. And there's loads of ways in which to find your memories and your belief system, but that's what we need to change. So we need to change what you believe in order to change what you believe right now, in order to have that future we want. But we start where we start now. So has anybody got any questions? Okay, I'm going to read it out loud. Crumbs. I said, right, okay, Kaz. I was always bullied as a fat kid, lost weight, still hated my body, wasn't happy, so I totally agree with that. It's not about size. No, it's not. And okay, let's take a really example. I was always bullied because I was really pretty and thin. Like, some people are going to attract that because they feel so negatively, because before they've even become a person, they've got these negative beliefs straight in them. Okay, and so you are actually born in a lot of ways with a belief system and ancestral writing on the walls. If you look back, if you can just look back at the things that come and trigger you, is that something that your nan had or your granny had, or is that something that's just been part of your family forever? It might be. Is there, I mean, like, you know, Kaz, I know that you've done a huge amount of work and stuff on exercise and stuff like that. So is there part of you that cannot get to your goal? Is there part of you that thinks you don't deserve to? Is there something in there that says, I can't do it because that's not what we do? My family don't achieve that. My family never get that. You know, some people have, our family never finishes anything. So they've got like a, you know, there's so many different rules, there's so many different reasons why we do things, but we've got to get back there and shift it and shift the perspective, because it's just not serving us. So that is what we need to do. And yeah, there are loads of ways to do it. There are ways I do it, and the way I do it, if people join me choose me to help them on their kind of longer term journey, is I do it through memory retrieval and tapping and things like that, and body self-talk and things like that as well. So we really look into it, and we use breath work and really work from the inside out. It's incredibly powerful. But yeah, so you can love your body whatever size you are. I mean, if you look at, for instance, massively, it's amazing what she's done. Rebel Wilson, okay, she's had all the people help her and stuff, but she was happy before. And she said, this isn't about weight, this is about health, because I was unhealthy. So this is she's made it about this year of health for her. But she was fine, but she says, I was fine before. And actually, she had so many, if you listen to some of it, it's interesting, because she said, I was terrified to get healthy, not lose weight, get healthy, because I thought that my jobs would dry up, because I'm known as the big girl. So I mean, that's really interesting, isn't it? So actually, for a long time, she wouldn't do it because of her career. Now, there are always reasons not to do things. And the longer we are in the state we are in, even if it's not serving us, in some way it is. So we also have to figure out what's sabotaging our success, which again is coming from beliefs. Is it coming from... I have a big problem with being more successful than my sister. My big sister, very successful, but I can never do better than her, either financially or career-wise, because she's my big sister. That's nothing. She's not done. She's not told me you can't be better than me. She doesn't give a shit what I do. But my thing is, I can't earn more. I can't be more successful. I can't do better because I'm her little sister and I should be down at heel. That's a belief I had for ages, and that's nuts. I also believed I can't have it all. I can't be rich. I can't be successful, and I can't have a happy marriage. Can't do it all. You can, but I have a belief that. So, when we really start digging deep, and then when any light bulb moments for anybody at the moment? I get a lot of people are probably working as well, so do load them up later. But is anything triggering anything at the moment? You think, oh wow, yeah, maybe, okay. Having said all of that, there are some key things that when you're doing woo-woo inner work, there's key things you need to do. You need to drink a lot. not of gin necessarily. You need to drink a lot of this stuff, right? That water is the lifeblood of what we are. So I don't go on about telling you diets. I can give you diet plans. I just choose not to. The biggest thing when you're doing anything inner work is to cleanse, to get rid of the shit. And the way we do that is to drink water. And whatever you're drinking, drink more. I put cucumber in mine. Cucumber is nice, put lime in it. Another thing, you need to move your body, because there is some free drugs out there that you can access, and that is by moving. And I'm not saying go do some friggin' star jumps, because who needs jubblers everywhere. If you like doing star jumps, crack on, but you need to move your body. You need to learn to really breathe and move and understand your body. It's really important. I mean, that's the way I do Pilates, for instance. I passionately believe our brain and our body link together to work to make something really special. So I believe that by moving your body, thinking about at the same time, breath work, these things are indicative to not only, you can lose weight, but to really understanding and tuning in and looking in that mirror saying, I fucking rock. Because it's not always acceptable to love yourself. If we think about it, it is not okay to think, fuck me, I am blood. Excuse my language, it's potty mouth, isn't it? But it is so important to love yourself. Now, I don't give a shit when anyone says, oh yeah, you're a bit funny yourself. Fine. Do you know what? So I'm full of myself. So what? Do you know what? Because I'd rather have 10 of me than 10 negative Noras. Do you know what I mean? So literally embrace it. You don't have to tell the world. You need to tell yourself. So I probably will email out if everyone drops me your email address, because I lost them all, because I'm currently going onto a different platform, so my emails have gone slightly awry. So I want you to just jot down anything that is triggered when you start telling yourself a story. What are your stories? What are they? Are they, oh, you never finish, oh, looking like you're never going to be anything, are you? Oh, with those ears, with that eyes, with that hair colour. There's always a reason not to like yourself. There is always a reason. A little story, I had Bell's palsy. My daughter recently, I won't go on too long, right? So Bell's palsy, in case you don't know, is when one side of your face drops. Right? It's like you had a stroke in your face. And there is nothing like looking in the mirror and not seeing your own face to make you bloody love your face. And from that day on, I absolutely said, you know what, whatever, love little wrinkles, little bits here, whatever. I look in the mirror and go, bloody hell, I'm lucky to be you. Look at that face. I love it. I think you're beautiful. And you know what? The more I loved it, the more I saw beauty in my face. I genuinely, it got better. My face got better and better the more I said, I love you. I love, oh, look, all my cheekbones are nice, and my cheekbones got higher. I mean, it's nuts. But then also the weight fell off my face as well. So the more and more I appreciated something. So here's a little challenge for you. First of all, what's your writing on the wall? So imagine there's a wall, the family writing. What is it, your family or your social group? What is it you don't do? Is it that you don't put your head above, you don't want to be noticed, so let's not be too special, all right? Oh no, people in our family don't do that. What's your rules? What's on your coat of arms? What would be the mantra of your family or your growing up? What? That. Next thing, I want you to work all the way down from your forehead all the way down and just say, thank you eyebrows, thank you eyes, because without you I couldn't see. Thank you tummy, thank you for everything you've done. And I want you just to treat yourself like you would treat the kindest, most sensitive person you know. So just be kind. Every bit of your body, okay, just be kind, because that's you, remember. So you might not like your tummy. My tummy's a bit ugh, but you know what? I give it a good massage in the shower. I go, thank you so much, because underneath that lovely layer of comfort, you are so strong, and you enable me to do the job I love, and to be the person I want to be, and to be super strong. And I love that. So I just want you to just talk to yourself. Like, you know, be really kind to yourself. And if you're in the shower, just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, thank you, thank you. And just be thank you. And then do you know what? Forgive. Okay, Tommy, I've not been nice to you. You've not been nice to me, but I forgive you for all the imperfections that you have. Thank you for everything you've done, Tommy, and I forgive you. Okay? And then I want you to say, and I'm sorry. So thank you, forgive you, and then I love you. So this is actually something I teach in my course. Okay, so I'm probably giving too much, bit of a sneaky peek in there, but a really great mantra when you're working at your body and you're looking at loving yourself is thank you, I'm sorry, I forgive you, I love you. But do that to every body part that you're not very keen on. Do that to the bits when I said to you, and I said when you got the little message saying, what don't you like about yourself? Say that. Thank you, I'm sorry, I love you, I forgive you. Okay? To each body part. Get your writing on the wall. Be nice to your body parts. Do that. And then on Friday, we're going to wrap it up and see exactly what's different for you. And what's different on Friday is we're going to have a Zoom call in the evening, so we can all meet each other, and actually so people who can't make it in the day to these, we can all actually hook up and meet each other, and I can give you some more awesome things that you can do. So do that, see what's happening for you, lap it up, and let me know, and do update me in the Facebook page as well, and everyone else. Update on this link if you want, or just create new links in the Facebook page. And I will see you 11:30 on Friday, and we will see how we got on so far. A few more little tips, see how we got on, and then we'll meet Friday night at 8, and I'll send you the Zoom link later or tomorrow, I think. Okay, so much love. Any more questions from anybody at the moment? I have had a few people saying, so we're not doing diet plans. No, we're not doing diet plans. I will guide you into proteins and stuff like that if you decide to go with me further beyond this today. I will absolutely guide you in some ways to eat that have worked for me and work for other people, but I'm not going to do diet plans. I've also had somebody saying, do you do Pilates? And I said, well, yes. So as in, if people sign up with me, do I do the Pilates as well? And yes, I do. So should you, for example, sign up and do the course or the membership or whatever, which is to really weight loss, body love, that if you wanted to ever sign up to do that, that's cool. You automatically get the if you sign up before, I think it's before next Wednesday, you ought to automatically get all of my classes, which is 4 a week, 2 live and 2 pre-recorded every week, which is quite cool. So yes, that is involved with it. And yes, I also do meditation evenings as well. So that is all part of it, but that's for another day. So should you, I'm just going to finish on, should you want to transform yourself and your thoughts about yourself, you can do it. It is totally doable. You can achieve absolutely anything. All right? I totally promise you. And if you do these things, you will be able to close your eyes, open them, look in the mirror and go, oh yeah. I promise you. You'll be able to look in the mirror and say, whew, I really like you. Actually, you rock. You are my rock and I appreciate you. And you'll be able to do that with no shame, with no guilt, and with no oh God, I sound like a right twat. I guarantee it. I guarantee it if you continue with this work. So you can be and feel however you want to feel and be. That I promise. Okay? So much love from my heart to your heart, and from my body to your body, all the love in the world. Please do message and email me in the meantime. If not, I will see you on Friday.